point against James Rage, but ultimately it was a futile attempt because Rage just reigned supreme as ever, it appears. And I don't think James Rage is over with Conor Locke here, it seems.
Yeah. So from there, I drag him back to the rope where I once again put his mouth over it, because that's my way of signaling to Kyle. I grab a microphone, I step back and I say, Kyle, you can keep dodging me and this will keep happening. Kyle, I don't want to hurt these people. I don't want to do this, but it doesn't mean I won't. I then take off against the ropes and come back with a V-trigger style knee to his head on the rope.
And I think that's where the bulkier momentum is going.
Yes.
So this will be a +4 and a reel. So it's a +5.
Sweet. You're dead.
And didn't even need it.
He's actually dead.
Surprise, but James Rage has been dominant in this contest and he has fundamentally eliminated Cyrus Gold from this contest. And yes, the referee is calling it now. Cyrus Gold has been destroyed and James Rage is the victor here. And I think we're going to hear from James Rage again. This was his idea in the first place, and now we're going to hear from the victor.
I told you all things were going to change around here. And now you are seeing that in effect. What I propose is a tournament unlike any other. You see, there have been other companies that have had the arrogance to call themselves Ultimate. There are companies that have had the temerity to call themselves Elite. Now I can promise you, this is not entertainment. There is no honor, and we will make an impact. What I am proposing is a tournament where there will truly be only the very best left standing, because there will be only one left standing. To advance in this tournament, you must destroy your opponent so thoroughly that no doubt left in anybody's mind ever as to who the winner was. You need to destroy your opponent as thoroughly as I have destroyed Cyrus Gold right here in front of your very eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, I have promised you a new era, and that new era begins right now.
And we will be back on Future Underground after these messages. Hey kid, you awake yet?
Awake where? I don't know where I am.
Don't know where you are. Jesus, Kaiser must have hit you harder than I thought. You know who you are even?
Gave me a smacker. I am Conor Locke, am I not? Well, heavyweight
yeah,
champ.
Well, you got something right anyway. Remember me?
Well, yeah, so sort of. Not particularly well.
Somebody to talk to your trainer. Well, how much do you remember of what you've been through?
I tell you what. I've been from the back arses of Glasgow to New York to Tokyo to Beijing, getting my arse handed to me left, right, and centre. But it's not going to be the same from here on in. I can tell you that much.
I like your moxie, kid, but this isn't the time for it. This is It's a very different ball game to that old wrestling shit we used to do. Ever since Rage took over, hasn't been the same. We've got wrestlers dropping left, right, and center. You know what happened just 5 minutes ago? Selena and Violet Storm were forced to fight to the death, 15 minutes. And Violet Storm worked out. It's not the same, man. It's not the same. You really don't know
Sounds
what you got.
pretty violent. I like it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. That's Cyrus Gold. You just saw what happened to him. It's going to be the same for me as well. Because James Rage, in his eternal wisdom, thought it'd be a great idea for me to go up against a 6'10" monster. Son of a bitch.
Best of luck, mate. You're fucked.
Best of luck. I don't need fucking luck. I killed my brother to get to this point. I'll kill again. Watch me.
I'll be watching. I'll be keeping an eye right on you.
I hope to see you in the semis, pal. And
you'll see me there, mate.
We leave it there. So at that point, then we do hear the ring announcer. The commentators do bring us back to this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what is now the final 8 of the fight to the death here at Future Underground. Unfortunately, Chris O'Neill can't join me at the moment. He is has obviously personal matters to deal with, but we are going to keep the show on the road, and we are up to our first quarterfinal, and it's going to be a hell of a war. And the bell rings. So, ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is a quarterfinal in the fight to the death. Introducing to the ring first, weighing in at 201 pounds from Neo Kobe City, Kyle Decker. So it's a bit more subdued than what you'd expect. Essentially, he's kind of in his kind of a jeans and tape wrist setup, and kind of like hair more messy than normal. He's kind of scars across the body from the last match he was in. And the crowd are booing him out of the building. Essentially, he's not really fancied by anybody, and not that he particularly cares. He doesn't really recognise this place, to be honest. It's a lot different to what he had done, and so no fanfare really. He just like steps up, and there's no ropes or turnbuckles or anything like that. It's just a stone mat that he's walking into. So he just up the steps and starts warming up in the corner, waiting for his opponent. And that being said, and his opponent, weighing in at 391 pounds, standing 6'10", Connor.
Much like Decker, Cutter comes out in kind of ripped jeans. He has a cut-off shirt on. He has a beanie on. His hands are wrapped. Very serious because obviously, you know, these are death matches, so he's fucking taking everything serious. A little bit of loosening up and deep concentration on his face, makes his way down to the ring, hops up, climbs over the top rope, goes to the corner, waits.
So with that, then the bell will ring, and we are going to go for, so Cutter, this is going to be a 6-spotter. So we're going to do 6 spots on this. So we will roll a dice first and see who wins out. Okay.
6.
And it narrowly beats my 5. So Dennis, the first spot goes to you.
Hold on, I'm just adjusting my brightness here. So I want a little a face-off in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Just we both meet each other in the middle of the ring, just kind of sizing each other up. You're looking up at me essentially.
Yeah.
And basically, I would like to propose the idea of, since you're going as heel for this one, put out the hand to shake Decker's hand, and he slaps me across the face, and I can go from the spot from there. If you're cool with that spot.
Yeah. No, you can go on ahead from there. Yeah.
Okay, so he slaps me across the face. Cutter just looks away. He doesn't really stun him, and he one hand around the neck, charges him back into the corner, and just starts wailing on him in the corner, just raining down punches and shoulders into it until he eventually gets him in his seated position.
Right, great, cool. I will take that as a real roll, so it's 0. It's a straight roll for you, Dennis. Just to be clear, I'm taking the stats from season 1 for this one, so there won't be the reset just yet. And it's a 7. Yeah, so happy days. You have me in the corner there, and you get some momentum out of that. Is it 8? Yeah, sorry.
It's 8, you bitch. I need to put up that.
Yeah, so that's grand. So that's your first spot through, and you get some momentum out of that. So we're gonna go for another straight roll here.
Okay. Oh, wait, you want another roll now before I do the spot, or?
Yeah. So the way this new setup is working, so you have me in the corner.
Oh, roll and then do the spot.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I get you. Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Going along. So
9.
9 beats my 6. So same again, Cutter. Go for it.
Okay. So 2 hands around the necks, hoist them up, and just out of the corner, just double hand, like kind of just toss across the ring.
Awesome.
The other side.
Yep. Perfect. That will be a power roll, so that's +2 to your Cutter.
Ooh, need 5.
5. It's a 7. So yeah, it still works out. You still throw me across the ring, and I take a pretty. It's not the nastiest spill in the world, but it's certainly still a pretty bad spill either way. So I'm gonna feed him from there, and we go to the next spot then. So roll again.
Okay, another roll. Oh Jesus Christ! Snake eyes.
Ooh. Okay, I got an 8. So I think what I'm gonna do from there, I'm gonna go from the from after you vaulted me, I'm gonna try and keep my momentum. So you vaulted me, I've hit the ground hard, and I'm gonna kind of roll over the shoulders and charge at you in the corner with basically a drop kick to the face, and kind of go from there. So drop kick to the face, that kind of takes you into the corner then, and I'm gonna go for a second one as well, and same again, kind of a more of a face wash, and that will do me. So I'm gonna go for, that'll be a luck roll for me. So hopefully this works out. And it is a 10. So it was a -1 for me, so it's a 9. So that's successful, thankfully. So I've got some momentum on the board. And now we go to our next spot then. So let's go from there.
6.
Ooh, I got as you can see there, I got a 7.
Nice.
7.
So it's all yours.
Yeah, so what I'll do with that then is, again, going by fight to death rules, I'm going to play the heel, and I'm going to get your, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get your leg, and wrap it up into the second and third rope, and then I'm going to run the ropes itself, and then go for a missile drop kick across your knee there, so that'll be a sweet, delicious ACL tear, hopefully. All going well. So that's my spot. Let's see if I can make it work. I'm a -1 on reel, so wish you luck. Fair enough. It's another 10. So that worked out well. So I've done some damage to your knee there as well. And again, we go for spot number 5. So go again.
That's 9.
9. 12.
Oh!
Critical!
So it's a critical. So what I'm going to do at that point then is you are still going to be wrapped up in the ropes. And I think the way I will do it
leg
is
hurting, obviously.
Leg hurting indeed. So I'm going to let you get untangled from the rope. So at this point, I've kind of like evaded where you're. I've kind of like sidestepped you at this point. So I've kind of gone under the ring. Not on the ring. I'm going outside the ring. And essentially, what I'm going to do is take a run at you from the apron, right? So I've gone out of the ring, back up on the apron. I'm going to go for a float over DDT. And you will land on the apron head first. And going by the roll, hopefully it'll do its damage. Aha, right. So I'm going to go for the float over DDT, but you're going to resist it. Ooh. So Dennis, this roll goes to you now. So again, for a reversal like this, you call your spot, successful dice roll, and it makes you reverse it that way then. So I've gone for the float over DDT. Maybe you want to catch me halfway, whichever way you want to do it.
So I want you to pop up into the DDT position, but I'll hold you up there.
Yeah.
So you're caught. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip you around, have you drop down in front of me, back to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get your head and I'm going to start squeezing.
Ooh, I like it.
As hard as I can.
I'm going to treat that as a power roll. So if you give it a +2 roll there, you should get the spot that way then.
11.
11. That's critical. So that's happening. That's extra momentum in that regard. So we're not doing audience this time. So it'll be just everything audience wise will go into extra momentum.
Go back to Kona Crush.
Yeah.
Golly Crush.
So you're doing that, and the commentators are going, well, like again, we've seen how powerful Cutter is, and Decker may have got himself into serious trouble here. And now we're going to the final spot before the finish. So you have me in this, or either you release me, whichever way you want to do it. I think it's best if I'm still kind of in that head crush.
I'm gonna keep. This is kind of how I'm going to finish this if I can.
Gotcha.
I'm going to do it. The only difference may be, is this the final thing I have to call?
This will be the final spot and then the finish.
So for the finish, I'll have a chance to call something else.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm just holding it on. I'm just going to keep applying pressure. I want to see blood start coming out your nose.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing myself. So yeah, I'm obviously getting kind of like this, obviously blood kind of coming from somewhere on the head, in the face, whatever. So if you want to keep the spot, then I will try and roll to get out of it. So it's probably the best way to keep that spot going.
Yep.
And let's see if that works.
Yep.
It's a 6. So not successful. So Cutter, the last spot goes to you.
Ooh. I'm gonna hold it on, but the only difference, my fingers are gonna go into your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I want literally to crush your skull.
So this is this is gonna be your fatality, yeah?
This is how I'm going to kill you.
This is your fatality. Okay. So current momentum wise, you are on a +4 momentum on this one. So do you want to spend some of that momentum?
That doesn't carry over to another match, does it?
It will carry over, yes. If you any in reserve.
No, I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
Will I?
Right.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to keep it. Fuck.
Okay.
If I die, I die.
Yeah, it's looking you did, because it's still a power roll, so you still got a +2 on it. So
that's what I'm thinking. You said power roll before, so I'm like, I already have a +2.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want me to roll or?
Yep. This is for your fatality, so it's a +2 roll for you.
You're 9. So
9
that's 11.
Makes it 11, and it's successful. So, talk us through in agonizing detail what happens, Cutter.
So I have you were trying to escape, trying to wiggle away, and I just kind of shook you down, put you down on the ground. At that point, my 2 fingers just went into the eyes and started just applying all the pressure onto it until eventually there's and Decker goes limp.
Yes, he does.
There's gore and brain and skull particles, and he is very, very, very dead.
He's very dead. And the bell rings, and the announcer goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and true to the next round, Cutter." So
I just get up and go, no.
The third one So obviously from this, so as all this is happening, there is a kind of like a perch at the top of the Coliseum we have here, and at the top there is James Rage on his special chair, just watching everything along, just
it's
approving.
A toilet, isn't it?
Approving.
It's not a special chair at all. It's a Jack's.
I like how Kyle's head popped.
And let's be fair, it's the only pop he ever got in this RPG. So so that's fine then. So Decker has been eliminated from the tournament and Cutter's through to the next round. So there you go. Connor Locke was watching
Crush
that
your brother's
stage.
skull too.
Yeah.
brothers in squash.
Yes. Well, you know, it wouldn't be you if it wasn't a squash match, to be fair, Dennis. But anyway, so Conor Locke was watching all that backstage, and fair to say he has some thoughts on that.
Well, pretty fucking brutal, to say the least. But I'm up for this. Give me anybody at all. I'll get them in the ring and I will tear them apart.
And you get a tap on the shoulder, and from behind you is the old, grizzled face of Jim Morris.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Jim Morris. Do you not know who I am? Best fucking wrestler inside here. Just ignore the losses and the fact that they don't have a finisher anymore. Other than that, I'm class. I'm going to vote now.
I'll have you in the ring, mate. I'll tell you, you sound like you touch kids. I'm not gonna lie, mate. Let me tell you something. Me and you out there now.
Conor Locke going for the nonce card early there, folks. The bold strategy. Let's see how it plays out.
Buy him dinner first.
Do you know that old 3MB promo where, like, I think it's Hornswoggle messes up and they all just kind of stand there and just go, and then they all slowly go away. That's exactly what I'm like right now.
Oh, that's great. That's beautiful. So yes, our
Fantastic.
next match is the Battle of the Generations. Careful, Chris Hansen, of Jim Morris versus Conor Locke. Let's get into it. The bell rings. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is a quarterfinal in the fight to the death. Introducing to the ring first, weighing in at 231 pounds from County Cork, Ireland, Jim E. Morris.
I'll just start walking to the ring in a bit of shock, but I'll just go in and I'll just start calling him out immediately.
So Jim Morris, not a happy man there, it seems. Whatever's been said backstage has really irritated him. As irritable as Jim Morris is on a regular basis, he really seems irksome now, even though he was successful to get to the quarterfinal stage after brutally mutilating Ratman. I'm not sure why he's in such a mood about that. However, either way, Jim Morris not a fan favourite here, but an interesting lot of approval there from James Wade looking on. Perhaps he's intrigued by the fighting spirit shown by the oldest member on the roster here at Future Underground. And introducing to the ring his opponent from Inverness, Scotland, weighing in at 197 pounds, Conor Locke.
Right, so making my way down the ramp, got the salt tires on the knees, got it on the trunks. That's the missus if you can't hear her actually hanging her head in shame of what I'm saying.
Defend a character, it's fine.
So he's walking down the ramp, but he's got his head kind of slumped down as if he's talking to himself, not really understanding what's going on, got a bit of a confused look about him, making his way down to the ring, and just kind of stands pacing to the right side of the ring, kind of not knowing what's going on, talking to himself, looking a bit disheveled.
Disheveled. Oh, interesting. And commentators will comment on the fact that, like, well, some may say that Conor Locke has been a bit of a surprise and outside bet of this tournament, considering that he very much stunned all of us by defeating Vladimir Kaiser in the qualifier that we just saw a couple of moments ago. He did take a nasty spill to the outside from that massive powerbomb, but still he somehow got back into the contest and managed to secure the victory. But again, the less said about that pile driver, the better. It simply is a very deadly move indeed. So with that, guys, this is going to be same again. It's going to be a 6-spot match. So Dave, Aaron, give us your opening rolls, and we'll see how you go.
6.
That's a 6, yeah.
Yep.
10.
10, right. So Jim, you're going to start off here.
I am going to immediately distract the ref and go over to the turnbuckle and run off. Once the ref is distracted long enough, I will grab him and just start wailing his head into the turnbuckle, the exposed one, for as hard as I can, and let him fall back then and just gloat for a bit.
Nice one. So
call me a fucking nonsense.
So, tricky one, Jim, though. I'm going to treat that as a real roll. That's a -2. So, I have to try and... You need a good roll to pull this off.
Nah, shit. 4.
What was it? 4, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brightness is a bit high on that one. But anyway, so it's a 4. So obviously it's an unsuccessful one, which means that Dave, you can take control of that. So he's going to try and hit your head into exposed turnbuckle. How do you want to reverse that?
As he's grabbing my head and putting it into the turnbuckle, I'll duck down, move back, and go for the drop kick to put him into the turnbuckle himself, head first.
Okay, Grant. And for you, that means, again, we're going by old Conor Luck stats here, but that is a work roll, so +1. See how that plays out.
11.
Critical. It's a critical drop kick.
Damn. Damn.
I don't think I've ever said those words before in the RPG, but it's a critical.
It's almost head taken off, like decapitation.
Yeah, so
drop.
yeah, you get him good there. So yeah, you reverse the spot as well, which is good, and so you get some good momentum out of that. So same again, lads. So give us your rolls. Let's see who gets the next spot. That's a 7.
It's 8.
It's an 8. So Connor, you take the next one. So what do you want to do after that? You have to do the drop kick.
Okay, so after that, I turn him around, lift him up onto the top of the turnbuckle, and go for the head scissor takedown off the turnbuckle, spike right into the mat.
Head scissor takedown. Okay, right. So in that case, so that's a bit of a lucky roll. So I'm going to give you a -1 on that.
Okay.
My dog disagrees.
So I've got a 4.
A 4-3. So that means that, Jim, you have a chance to reverse this instead. So he's going to go for head scissors off the top rope. How do you want to reverse it? Okay, so this can be successful either way. So how do you reverse it?
I'm going to have a bit of fun with this. So, because we haven't actually seen my reaction yet, I realized that I've got a piece of metal lodged in my skull. And I just kind of look at it like a dope and pull it out and look at it and just fire it back at him. And then hit him with a running drop kick and hit his back into the turnbuckle.
Ooh,
That's good. Yeah, that is good. I like that. So yeah, Jim,
I watched
you get
way too much Celebrity Deathmatch. I was younger. That's influenced.
we all did.
To be fair, this is kind of what we're looking for this time out. So that checks out. So yeah, happy stuff. You get some momentum from that, Jim. So it goes to your next spot then. So lads, give us a roll.
6.
6. So Connor, you and narrowly win out. So your next spot goes to you.
That's me. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's failed to throw the piece of metal at me. I dodge it.
Right.
I basically charge at him, jump, grab him in the front headlock, and look to slam my elbow right into his windpipe.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That'll be a real roll, Connor. Straight roll.
Oh no, Jim Morris won't be able to talk.
I think I made my feelings clear. Are you talking?
7. Okay, so that is successful. That's successful. So you do hit him in the windpipe, which is, as we all know, the source of Jim Morris's strength. As you know from season 1, it's certainly not the fucking shoulder. So that's a start at least. So yeah, that's some more momentum for Conor Locke then. So guys, same again. Give us your rolls. Let's see who wins the spot. That's
10.
an 8. 10. Connor goes again. So you're on a roll here, lads. What have we got next?
All right, so I'm going to pull him diagonally towards the corner, jump up on the turnbuckle, and I'm going to go for high leg drop right onto his neck again.
Ooh, right. So again, you're targeting the neck again. So I'm going to go again, same again, straight roll. You're focusing on the neck.
5.
5, right. So Jim Morris, you're going to dodge that. How do you want to avoid it?
With a very theatrical and ludicrous, like fucking jump in the air, like just spread legs and drop down and just thought I'd look over him like, and then hit
Jumping Jim Morris.
And,
That was his old name. Back as WCW.
yeah.
WCW.
Hit him with a what would I do? Hip toss. Because he then run towards me with a hip toss. I bounce off the ropes. I just get very youthful and hit him with another drop kick, and then bounce off. Once I hit him with the drop kick, I roll back out and bounce off the ropes with a crossbody.
We'll go for crossbody. Okay, so we're kind of going for luck rolls there essentially. So, yeah, in that case, luck roll, it's a -1. Let's see if you pull it off. And it's a 9. So yes,
Nice.
you do pull it off. Nicely done. So we move on to spot 5 then. So guys, rolls again.
5 again.
And 6 for Jim Morris. So Jim, you take this spot here.
I'm going to throw him on the outside, get him on put his face on the step, and bust his teeth. Just curl on him right in the side of the steps, and just bust the teeth out of his skull.
Nice.
I like it. I like it. But Jim, it's going to be a real roll. It's -2. Oh, it's a 7. Right. So that makes it. That means with the -2, it's unsuccessful. So Connor, you're going to dodge this attempt with a counter. So how would you like to counter?
So have you picked me up already to throw me out? Am I countering it from there?
He kind of has you on the step. He has you on the steps, and he was about to stop.
Right. Okay.
So this is your chance to dodge
So-
from there.
I take my head away, place his neck down on the step, and go for the stomp with my left foot.
Right, you're gonna go for one yourself. That'll be a real roll again. Straight roll on that.
This is not going my way. 4.
It's a 4, so that doesn't work either. So it's a bit of a stalemate. No one gets momentum out of that. And move on then to the final spot before the finish. So lads, give us a roll again.
Oh my God, what is wrong? 4.
Ooh, 4. Okay, Morris, you have one more chance here. So this is the last spot goes to you.
He hurts his foot, and I just pick up the steps and just fucking throw him. Like
On the shoulder steps.
it's just a desperation throw. Because my foot's at me too.
Yeah, no, that's grand. I will treat that as a power roll, considering you're trying to like yeet some stairs at him. So power roll, which is a straight roll for you, Jim. Let's see how it works.
I just showed as well. I thought, well, as out as I can do. This empty eat.
Exactly. And it's a 9. Okay, so you do hit him with the steps in a sense. So yeah, that is how it works out. So again, you hit him with the steps, and now we're going to roll into the finish. So this match is predetermined, unfortunately, but a good showing, Jim, all the same. So Connor, how are you going to reverse the steps? Or actually, no, you've been hit with the steps, and now Jim Morris is going to go in for the finish here. So how are you going to reverse it?
So I will, if he's throwing the steps at me, he's going to, I presume, come at me once I've been hit with the steps. So I'll kind of combat roll to dodge it.
Yeah.
He'll turn around. I'll jump up into a DDT position, but lock his neck, wrap my legs around the back, and just heave till I hear the snap.
Oh.
That is an out. So so Connor,
Lads,
you've got
let's when this happens, I want to see everybody's orgasm faces.
So that's the person who's asked for that either. That's the exciting part. So Dave, you have 3 momentum. I recommend you spend it so you can make this work.
Yep.
So it'll be a +3 roll then.
So 7.
7 with the 3 makes it 10, and it is successful. So in agonizing detail, describe your fatality as you killed Jim Morris.
Okay. So lift him up in the DDT position, wrap my legs around him, choking him out. He's going down. I just grab the back of his head, then push it in, catch it with my underarm, just push it up till I hear that snap, and I'm just going down. I get up,
And
scruff my hands off, and just walk up the ramp. I'm gone.
oh, he's gone. I like it. I like it. And the bell rings as you're walking up. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Connor Locke. The
Can you come back and shove a tenor racket up his ass?
Is that the first time you said that this whole RPG, Jonathan?
Actually, I will not be caught on. I will not be asked what Connor Locke's win record was before this. All right.
I know what his win record was. That's why I wasn't kind of surprised by the 4 rolls.
We'll just
Yeah.
use the term disgraceful.
Yes. Very much.
Brooklyn Brawler was 7 slots ahead of me. That's how bad it
Yeah.
was.
This is true. This is
At
true.
least some wins in the tournament.
That's true. Yeah, you did actually win a match. So that's a start.
Two.
Did he?
Yeah, he did win.
Would he be
He won a
in
match. Yeah, he won a match. Yeah.
Leo was in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you all remember.
Remember
Okay.
who it was.
Yeah. So yes, so with that then, at the end, the commentators going, well, again, we said before this match that Conor Rock may be the surprise package in this fight to the death, and he certainly is. Jim Morris is almost certainly gone from this contest. That was a nasty DDT, nasty snap as well. And oh, that's strange. James Rage isn't on his usual station there. He didn't see that match. That's unusual. So again, Conor Rock is going up the ramp, and he is met with the impressed glare of James Rage, who has a few things to say about him.
Honor, did not expect to see you back. Did not expect to see you make it this far, to be honest. But I like the fact that you have learned from your mistakes. I like the fact that you have learned something from the punishment that I have been forced to deal out upon you. See, I just saw what you did to Jim Morris there, and it looked mighty similar to my guillotine, pal. Tell you what, why don't you keep on doing that? Why don't you make the final? And why don't we see whose is better?
Well, you weren't interested in me before. You had no faith in me then. Now you want to see what I'm made of? I'll show you firsthand, mate. You just keep watching from your little seat up there.
I like it. But as you say,
It's
that
called
then
the Throne of Rage, and it's his toilet. I'll excuse you.
Oh man.
That's all that's in my head now. It's not going to fucking leave. So like
It's not
that's
called the
that's
Throne
what
of
he's
Rage.
sitting on in my head.
It's not called the Throne of Rage.
He's just sitting on a toilet,
We've all had toilet
The
rage.
rage
Yeah,
of
it's fine.
throne.
holding a plunger. He's like fucking King Bob from fucking Recess.
It's like someone's jealous they didn't get a chair.
Toilet is not a chair.
It is a multi-purpose chair.
If
Altar of the personal
Scott Crowns is
gods.
the
That's what
chair.
it is.
I've shat and worse.
Yeah. We've all had a rage shit once in our lives, lads. Let's be honest. So with that in mind, we do hear the music of James Rage because it's time for the next quarterfinal, and we hear, ladies and gentlemen, this next contest.
I'm gonna skip there. So that-
Yep. No worries,
Yep.
Jim. Thanks for popping in.
I'll skip
Always
there.
a pleasure.
All right. Go on. Look,
Here's Jim.
See you later, man. And we just want to announce on behalf of everyone here at Future Wrestling RPG, Jim Morris is not a nonce, despite any of the allegations to the contrary. He has gone through rigorous background checks and police vetting. we're all clear in that regard. So,
What an introduction.
yeah, what a way to start, Anyway, so we move on to our next match, and we hear the music of Mr. James Rage as the ring announcer guides us in. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is another quarterfinal in the fight to the death. Introducing to the ring first, weighing in at 241 pounds from the Asylum Fight Camp, right here, James Rage.
So enter the curtain, fucking loving life. This is my setup, my fucking temple, as it were. Yeah, just make my way to the ring, kind of soaking it all in. When I get to ringside, I walk around and start checking underneath the aprons, making sure that everything is set up exactly to my liking. When I am satisfied, I enter the ring and I say, come on, sir.
Like I said, this is if you're looking for how this tournament came about, there is the one and only reason. James Rage very much secured Future Wrestling in a bloody coup, and since then it has been even more bloodier than that. James Rage has called on the many fighters around the world, and we are only down to now what is essentially the final 6 in that regard. We've lost some massive hitters like Selena, like Kazero, like Cal Peer. Well, not quite Cal Peer, but he certainly was here at some point. Either way, it was certainly a bloody tournament for everyone involved, and James Rage is the one standing alone, reigning supreme. But he has another very tough challenger ahead of him if he can get through to the semi-finals. And then the ring announcer leads us in going, and his opponent Weighing in at 181 pounds from Clondalkin, County Dublin, Silver Fox.
Essentially, walk down the stairs, look around, little pose, then look at James Reid, start walking down. Trying to keep a serious face on this time around, but not completely like confident in myself. So walking down, circling around, hesitantly get into the ring, and I'm just kind of like throwing shapes just to kind of get loosened up because I'm trying to take this as seriously as possible. So I'll wait to start.
Really do. And the commentators will give us the introduction. Well, obviously, this man doesn't need any introduction if you have been a future wrestling fan in the past. But Silver Fox, a former champion in his own right and someone who has been here since the start. But like I said, this is a very different show to what he recognized. But the fight is still there. And we saw that in the qualifier when he very much impressed against Carlton Titus. And James Reid will be looking for a measure of revenge against his Asylum brethren there. So two very motivated fighters here. Let's see who makes it through to the semi-final. I'm going to remind folks, so again, same again, 6 spots. So give us your opening rolls.
Oh, shit.
5.
5. What was yours, Jamie? Sorry?
8.
8. So, Jamie, you will start us off. Continue on.
Look forward and offer the handshake.
This always goes well.
Yeah.
Like I said,
It's
always
like-
goes well.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I'll be looking. I'm gonna look like we know what happens anytime someone does this. I'm
Yes.
well aware of what happens when you put your hand out for a handshake. I've been on the receiving end of this said handshake.
Still thinking about it.
No? Okay.
No,
In that case,
I respectfully decline. There you go.
Oh god.
It's a nice way of putting it.
okay. Does that count as the spot or is that?
Doesn't, Jamie?
preamble?
You're still in control of the spot, so
Yep.
what do you want to
Perfect.
do with
Okay, then. Okay, so he says no. I say, fair enough then. And then I charge him and start throwing strikes, driving him back into the corner.
strikes? Yep,
So, yeah,
that will
just-
be fine.
Up as far as there.
And seen again, this is a strike very much, so this is your real roll +1. That is a 9 altogether, so good stuff. So that spot is successful. So at this point, Fox is now in the corner getting jabbed to death, as it were. So we give our second spot out here now. So give us a roll. That is a 9. So Foxy, can you beat a 9?
No, an 8.
An 8. So Jamie, you're going to stay in control.
Any spots into the match, are we? This is
third
number 3.
No, it'll be
Or
2.
This is 2.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Keep it light still. Catch his hand as if I'm going to whip him across the ring to the far corner.
Mm-hmm.
When I shoot him out, I hold on, turning it and sending him into the ropes, setting up the Mick Foley caught in the ropes thing.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
I
right.
like it. Okay. So to make that work, I'm going to treat that as a power roll so you can get him caught. So that's going to be a +1 as well.
7.
7. So yeah, the power does the trick, and now Fox is currently hooked up into the ropes. Not the best position, Fox, I'll be honest. So
No.
hopefully this all goes for you next. This is spot number 3. So let's see how it goes.
6.
That's 6. Is the chance for you, Fox?
Yes, there is. Finally, 11.
11, right. So this is going to go well for you. So Fox, you are currently tied up in the ropes. How are you going to get back at him?
Yeah. So he has me wrapped on the ropes. He thinks that like I'm done, but I'm resilient enough to keep my hands like enough to keep the ropes at bay. So
Yeah.
as he's going in to walk in, like all gloating, I snap out, but the rope springs back, catches him as he's going for me.
I like it.
So
I
it's
like it.
basically like, bang, here you go.
Yeah,
Take that to
grand.
the face.
So that gives you the separation. So do you want to add a
Yeah.
move on top of that then to make your spot?
Yeah. So spring, right, charge in. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. As he stumbles back, he's kind of torn toward aiming at corner. So I'm gonna run, grab his head, and I'm gonna try and bulldog him into the turnbuckle.
Nice. Okay. And that I'll treat that as a luck roll, Fox. So obviously that's
Right
a beneficial roll to you. That's a +1.
on. Paid off.
It did. So that's a good roll
Where can
for
I
you.
get this later?
That's what I say. It doesn't work when you need it. So yeah, good stuff there. And now we move on to spot number 4. So lads, roll again.
5.
Ooh, critical. Was it
Oh,
12?
Critical.
Yeah, it's a 12.
It's a critical spot, Jamie. Right. So you're gonna get back at Fox pretty fucking decent here. So what are you gonna do?
So where did he end up after he bulldog me in the
So,
turnbuckle?
I bulldog. I'm actually like sitting on the middle rope. Do you know, like the mid? He does his clothesline.
Oh, yeah.
I did that just with a bulldog instead.
Deadly. Deadly. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm in the corner. You're sitting in the rope next to me.
Yes.
I lace your arm over the top rope, but down under the middle rope.
Mm.
So just to hold you kind of in place.
Yeah.
Take off against the ropes and come back in with a boot to the trapped arm in the hopes of snapping that motherfucker.
Yes, that will do the trick. So that's a real roll, Jamie. +1. It's a 6.
5.
Oh, right. So yeah, you certainly got
That's
the
a
arm
critical
trapped.
spot.
It's a critical spot. It's a harsh one. So Fox, in that sense, so again, you're gonna get the arm trapped. So you're kind of in a predicament here. And as James Rage is gonna go for the boot, you're gonna do something to kind of cancel it out. So what are you gonna do to that?
Yeah. So as he's going for the boot, I'm gonna slip my arm out just enough that his leg goes through, but I'm gonna grab his leg. I'm gonna like mince it off the apron, the hardest part of the ring, as don't you know?
I know the hardest part of the ring indeed. So in that case, I will treat that as a real roll, Foxy.
Okay.
Which is a straight roll for you.
7.
7. It will do. It will do in that regard. So so you do thrash James Rage's leg off the apron, and fair to say he's not going to really be happy about that one, is he? I can imagine. So this is spot 5, lads. So opening rolls again.
7.
7, and that is a 9, I believe. Yeah, yes, so 9. So Jamie, you have this spot.
Okay. Where did we all end up?
So outside the team.
I cut your leg. I basically
Snapped it on the
DDT'd
apron.
your leg into the apron.
Perfect. Okay, cool. You're outside. I'm kind of
Like,
placing.
I've hit your leg off the apron, but you've fallen back inside, and I'm on the apron.
Perfect. Okay. This is spot 5.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I make my way over, hit a forearm. Again, put the top rope up over, kind of behind your head and shoulders. So they're a reverse version of Sheamus's Beats the Bear Run. Catch you by the throat and just start throwing straight shots to the face.
Straight shots to the face. We'll make that a real roll, Jamie. So +1 on that. That will do it. So that's an 11. Nicely done. And then we go. Now we have our last spot before the finish. So Lads, give us your rolls. So roll for Jamie 9.
11.
It's 11. Oh, okay. So Fox, you get one shot in. So what's going to happen?
So he's doing reverse beat the power on. So still kind of trapped on the ropes. Am I facing in toward the ring or out?
Yeah.
In toward the ring?
in towards, yeah.
Oh, so you've kind of pushed me in, and I'm wrapped.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
And then,
Okay. As you standing inside the ring when you're okay.
Yeah.
So as I do that, so I got my arms unhooked, I drop down, I send you onto my shoulders like for an Alabama slam, and I let you fall all the way to the floor, head first.
Oh, now we have not had working stiff for a while here in the RPG, but I mean, 'tis the season, so that's a real roll, Foxy. Let's see if you pull it off.
Hang on, is that not a back body drop?
No, because
you're going straight down. You're being propelled.
Because
okay.
You're being forced over, but I'm still trapped on the ropes. I can only lift you so far, so
Fair.
That's why I'm just letting you go.
Slide off.
Pretty much, yeah.
Kinda.
Fuck, rough. Okay.
Oh man. Will you load up? Think. Why won't this? There we go. Oh, fucking hell. 9.
9.
Okay.
So yeah, that works. That works. So you do the kind of Alabama slam, but yeah. Oh no, he fell. Oh no, what's gonna happen? So so with that, then we have a bit of a slip room, but again, unfortunately, this match is predetermined. So Jamie's gonna like hit the ground head first. Fox is gonna get himself out of the ropes, and James Rage is not going to be happy about the Alabama slam, are you, Jamie?
Basically that. It's this is the snapping moment.
Yes.
Do you know when you like take a fall and it really fucking hurts, so you bounce right back up?
Yes.
Like it's that probably fucking wrecked him, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So straight back up. He's on getting out of the ropes.
So I'm still on the apron. I'm just after getting myself out of the ropes, so I'm standing on the apron.
Okay, so I pull you down off of the apron.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're free. So you do the whole hit the apron thing. I catch your mask by the center and flip it so it's sideways and you can't see shit.
Oh, shit.
I then... Oh, what do I do? Shit.
Okay, now you got
push you... Nice.
Now you got an idea of how this looks. Hopefully this helps you with your immersion.
Perfect. Just gonna let this settle for a second.
Gotta hope.
So yeah, where do I go with that then? Fuck.
To be fair, it's very hard.
So yeah, that's sideways.
Like, wait a minute until he suffocates.
Actually. So with that sideways, I push him backwards into the ring post and lock in a sleeper around the ring post.
Oh, that works. Yeah, that works. Yeah. So we'll do that then. So again, it'll be a blood choke as well. So Fox is squirming, he's screaming, he's trying to get out, but eventually, after a bit of struggling, the referee calls for it. Like, Fox is choked out, he is gone, and the bell rings. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and through to the semi-finals, James Rage. So again, in the tournament this man created, he walks and reigns supreme after destroying a very strong contender in Silver Fox. And it really shouldn't be a surprise in that sense, but here he stands successfully choking out Silver Fox. My goodness. So after Jamie, if there's any.
I mean, I'm kind of scared. I think Foxy might die.
He's a real role player, so yeah, you have actually.
The commitment is honestly admirable. The only after I can think of is to go over, find his limp body on the ground and shake his hand. And then
Oh, I
for
love
whoever's
it.
taking him away.
Oh,
There we go.
the ultimate middle finger. Love it.
I'm Skippy.
So happy days, happy days. So yeah, good stuff there. And we move on then to our final quarterfinal. So before we go out, we see backstage, we see the two people left in the quarters. There's Alan Morph and Violet Storm. They're standing beside each other. Bit awkward how the draw has ended up,
Be
lads.
back in 2 seconds, guys.
Yeah, go for it, Dave. Go for it. So the draw's a bit awkward, lads. In fairness, isn't it? Like, just
It's a tad.
yeah, just a little bit. No hard
Just a
feelings,
little
right, guys? No hard feelings. Whatever happens, happens. So it's only a fight to the death, lads. It's grand, you know. It's not the end of the world or anything. So
What's the fight to the death between friends?
exactly. Yeah, I've said this all the time. In fairness. So yes, we will start there. So the bell rings, ladies and gentlemen. This next contest is the final quarterfinal in the fight to the death. Introducing to the ring first, weighing in at 201 pounds from the Timon Woods in Dublin, Alan Morph.
So come out with 2 bottles of Wicked in one in each hand. We're wearing the panda onesie, but there's everywhere there's white, there's blood on it to get where I am in the finals.
Actually,
So I go into the ring, roll in under the bottom rope, pop the two bottles open, smash them into the ground, kind of rub my hands into broken glass, because you know it's a blood spot. Then back into the corner and just wait for Violet.
fair to say Alan Morph is ready for this match. But yes, like I said, we've said countless times before, there are very many faces to Alan Morph. And when it really gets down to it, when he needs to be serious, he needs to be angry and violent, he can be. And that is further proof of it. You remember the qualifier he had against Cal Peer. There was not much left of Cal Peer afterwards. You can say that much. He was well cut up if you part of the fun. But either way, Alan Morph is ready for the quarterfinals. And he has to face off against someone that he used to call a tag team partner. And introducing his opponent, weighing in at 189 pounds from Dublin, Ireland, Violet Storm!
So I come out through the curtain, game face on, and just picking it down to the ring.
There's no messing here from Violet Storm. The draw has been particularly cruel to her. In the qualifier, she had to face off against Selena as somewhat of a mentor, and now in the quarters has to face off against a tag team partner in Alan Morph. It really can't get any tougher than this. It's an emotional point here in the fight to the death, and indeed, at this, somebody has to win at this stage. So let's see who does. So guys, this is going to be a 6-spotter as well. So give us your opening rolls. The match begins. Oh, by the way, the winner of this faces James Rage. No pressure.
Bollocks.
7, 6. So Alan, you
6.
start off.
Oh, I want to start off with the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens spot. We just sat throwing haymakers to each other. Eventually, I get into a headlock takeover. I start laying down fists on the face with the fistful of glass.
That'll do it. That'll do it. So that will be a real, Alan. And that's a +1.
And it's a
10. So that's successful. So we do the fight forever spot. You go for the headlock takedown, and you're going for the fistful of glass, as it were. And that's our first spot. So guys, second spot, please. Let's see your rolls. See who wins out. That's a 6. It's a 9. Okay, so Alan, you're continuing on here.
okay. Well, as I'm beating her, because she's kind of like struggling under the knee, we kind of make our way to where I broke the 2 bottles originally.
Mm-hmm.
So as we get close, I pick her head up, face down into it, and kind of grind her along the glass.
Nasty. Again, these used to be tag team partners, folks, ladies and gentlemen. So, real roll again, please, Jer, on that. +1.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah.
That's a 3. Okay, so Violet, this is your chance to reverse. So he's bringing towards a broken glass here. So this is your chance to reverse out of it.
Okay, if he's trying to drag me, then I'm going to. I'm going to grab a hold of the ropes and use that as leverage to pull me out of it.
Mhm.
And I am going to.
We have broken glass in play now, in fairness, so that's an option.
Yeah. Just going to keep it simple then with the broken glass going to smush it into his face.
We're going for it. We're going for it. So yeah, that'll be a real roll as well then, Violet. So for yourself, that will be, bear with, a +1 as well. And that's successful. So broken glass galore, lads. You'd love to see it. Of everyone backstage just applauding at the bloodshed. So spot 3, lads. Give us your opening rolls. See who gets a spot. And that's a 9 and a 4. So Violet, you take this.
Okay, so then I'm going to grab Alan up for a neck breaker into the glass bottles.
I like it. I like it. That'll be a
You
work
brought them out. I'm going to use them.
Rightfully so, in fairness. So yeah, that'll be a +1 to you, Violet.
Okay.
And that's successful. So a lovely snug neck breaker into the glass. And Alan Worf getting the taste of his own medicine there. So again, spot 4, lads. Let's see who wins out.
It tastes like wicked, so I'm grand.
Let's see where he gets it from. 7, 10. Okay, Alan's going to fight back here. So you've just taken the net breaker into the glass. And now it's your turn to get back a Violet.
Okay, I shoot back up, headbutt on a DDT hole into the glass.
Headbutt and DET. Right, I'm going to treat that as a work roll as well. And that'll be a +1. I just love the bloodshed. I'm not going to lie. And a critical. Oh, that +1 makes all the difference. So the headbutt catches Violet off guard, perhaps, and then the DDT into the glass as well. And the commentators are stunned at the physicality between tag team partners. But again, all's fair in love and war, it seems. And certainly this is a war between former tag team partners. And that's an extra momentum.
I don't want to die.
So let's see if someone's going to die. Actually, Dave, do us a favor here. In your Scottish accent, can you say the phrase, "There's been a murder"?
There's no murder.
Thank you very much. Right, with that in mind, spot 5, lads. Give us your roll. Believe me, when Amy's watching this back, you made her very happy. It's a draw. Reroll, lads. We haven't had a draw yet. This is all very exciting. 6, 8. Violet Storm wins out. So, Violet, this spot goes to you. You've just, Casey has very much got his own back there with the DDT. So, how are you going to respond? Your face with a glass, I presume.
How many spots are left?
2. So this one and one last one before the finish.
Okay. Trying to think.
How would you respond in real life to being DDT'd in the glass? I think that's the most pertinent question we've got here. Particularly if the man dressed in
We'll probably go for spear and punches.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Go for a shoot takedown and punches the face. That'll work fine. So yeah, and that'll be a straight roll in that regard. So go for it. And yeah, successful. So yeah, you go for it. The shoot takedown, punches to the face. Quite brutal in its own right. And now we're going to our final spot then. So guys, give us your rolls. It's a 6, it's a 4. Violet wins out. So this final spot goes to you, Violet, before the finish. So this could be important for momentum.
Then I Okay, so if he's on the ground, I'm going to.
I see you got him on the ground.
I'm going
Two
to.
options.
Yeah. I'll go back to what I know and go for figure 4.
Ooh, you're gonna go for the leg. Interesting. Yeah, that'll be a work roll. And that is there. Okay, so Alan Morph is going to be in the figure 4. So this is interesting then. So we're going to go for the finish. So momentum checks for everybody. Violet, you're on 4. Alan Morph, you're on 3. Okay, so this is pertinent as we go into the finish. This is where we can have an open spar. So basically, at this point, Kira, you've got Alan Morph in the figure 4. So I'd like to hear how you'd roll into your fatality from here. So if you were to kill Alan Morph from a figure 4, how would you do it and why?
Okay. I would. I'll have to break the figure 4, obviously. And I'm going to go to the top turnbuckle and go for a double stomp to the chest.
And go from there. Okay, so we're going to go for a fatal double stomp to the chest. Alan Morph, from the figure 4, how would you like to finish this match?
Oh, okay. Well, as soon as you said we had to come up with our own fatalities, this idea came into my head. So I want to break out of the figure 4, with like kick her on the head so she's a bit out, roll under the ring, pick out the Future Wrestling Slammy Award, pull it on her head, and then beat it with a chair into her skull.
Right.
I don't want to roll. I don't want to roll.
What a finish. Holy shit.
Right.
But here's the thing. I say, right, if I lose, I say we both do that. Whoever loses the roll obviously gets a
slammy. That works, yeah. I think that's a fair shout here. Are you happy with that? Whoever gets a slammy to the face. Yeah, okay, right. So at least you've decided what the fatality is going to be. Now it's the question of who gets it. So Violet, you got +4. Alan, you got +3. Do you want to spend it?
All in.
All in.
All in. Right. Here we go, lads. Give us your rolls. This is for a fatality. Remember, one of you is going to die from this. That's a 6, so it's a 10 to beat, Alan. Oh, it's a 9. It's a 9, which means Violet Storm is going to win. Wow. So, hoist it down by your own petard, Casey. So what's going to happen is
I got one better. Instead of a Slammy Award, a sharp piece of wood with VB carved into it.
Oh, God. I think the best way of doing this is
That's beautiful, man.
So, the best way I think of working this is that Alan Morph is the one to bring the plank out, as if to say, like, you know, like, this is it, and then Violet went, dudes. I think that's the best way of doing it. So it's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it first. Fuck you. You showed mercy. And yeah, that'll be it, Violet Storm. Do you want to talk us through how you killed Alan Morph? How you killed the innocent panda?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so if he's taking...
Look at his eyes and tell me that you're going to kill Alan
Morph. Survival of the fittest. Grab it. And... stop. And yeah, just grab the chair to make sure slam it home.
Slam it home indeed. Home fucking run. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and through to the semi-finals, Violet Storm. Well, it's fair to say Violet Storm or Alan Morph had a hell of a run in this tournament, but regardless of how this match was going to go, it was going to be an emotional affair, and Violet Storm was the one. And as you probably can see there in that plank of wood now, very much lodged in the face of Alan Morph. The initial VB very much showing how tough this has been for the competitors. And Violet Storm can at least get a rest now until the next semi-final. At that point, James Rage's music hits. James Rage has a microphone because he wants this match now.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Violet. One half of the violent beavers. Look at you now. You just violently killed the other beaver. I commend you for your effort. Frankly, I didn't think you'd get this far. But seeing as this will be our first time ever facing off, I say why make these people wait? Why put the main event on last? I mean, Connor Locke versus Cutter is not going to be a long match, but I still say why make the people wait? Violet, you're here. I'm here. The people are here. There's a dead panda at ringside. It's a festive mood. Let's get it.
Booker of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
In 9 days from tonight. I need more cocaine. In 9 days from tonight.
Oh, lads, on that note, I have to head. Right, see you.
Yeah. Always a
Yeah,
pleasure, man.
see.
Thank you for your company.
I
So,
was.
so with that in mind, James Raid walks down walks down the ring, and we get the rundown from the commentator. Well, obviously we know exactly what James Raid is capable of, but Violetstorm has had no chance to recover from that hellacious, brutal match against Alan Moore. So James certainly has the advantage in his corner. But again, as we've known from this tournament, it is very important never to rule out Violetstorm. So anything could happen in this semi-final. And indeed, anything could happen in this semi-final. So, lads, this will be a 6-spot match again. So, give us your opening rolls.
Good thing I was expecting this to happen.
So 7 for Violet and 9 for Jamie. Right, Jamie, you're going to start off.
Really, no offense, Jamie. I really want Violetstorm to win because I just know it'll fuck up Jonathan's entire show.
Pretty sure it's predetermined, but
It is
yeah.
predetermined.
To be fair,
I want-
Foxy
I-
had
A
me.
massive surprise in
I
about
was
20
dead in the quarterfinals.
So, Jamie, the first one goes to you.
Cool. Violet, where are you?
In the ring.
Okay, good.
You're
That
wrestling,
case-
James. You're
I literally
gonna
have time taking the ponytail and talking about it.
Cool, you slid in. I charge the ring, slide in, and charge you with a double leg takedown that doesn't go down, and instead I charge you over and through the ropes.
Through the ropes. Okay, right. I like that. I'm going to treat that as a look spot, Jamie.
Cool.
So let's see if you make it work. So that is a -1 for yourself.
Nope.
And it's a 4. So Violet, you have a chance to do something with this. So he's gonna tackle you with that, and basically have a chance to perhaps shift your weight or reverse it or take advantage of it somehow, whichever way you want to work it. So maybe you do take the spill, but you maybe take advantage of from there, or maybe you dodge it and he spills out to the ring, whichever I think is more convenient for you.
Okay, so say he catches it and I use the momentum to get to roll through.
Mhm.
And just go for it. Just go for a swipe to his head with a kick.
Ooh, okay. That'll be a real roll, Violet. Let's see if you can pull it off. That's a 9. Lovely stuff. So yeah, that is a successful one, and we go to our next spot. So guys, you're outside the ring here. Give us your rolls. Let's see who gets next spot. That is a 7, and that is a 6. So Violet, you get next. You get next twist on this. So you
Okay.
just keep rage in your head. That normally doesn't go well for people.
No. But since I'm dying anyway, I'm gonna go out with a bang. Okay, so say we've rolled through to the outside and James is on the outside, but I'm still on the apron. I'm gonna go for a Hurricane Rana.
Hurricane Rana, grand. Yeah, that'll be a luck roll for yourself, which is a +1. And that works. So Hurricane Rana and James Rage goes vaulting somewhere, whichever way you suits you best. And we move on to our next spot then. So guys, give us your rolls.
8.
That's an 8 and a 5. So Jamie, you take control from here. So you've just been head scissors.
Ooh,
You want to go for
We're on spot number 3.
3? Yeah.
3, cool. Take the Hurricane Rana, but take it so that it sends me kind of half under the ring apron,
Okay.
which I checked earlier.
There was one why you didn't use that.
From there, I come out holding a barbed wire bat.
Oh, fantastic. I was waiting for them to come out. And Jamie, pray tell, what are you going to do with that barbed wire baseball bat?
Take a swing for the midsection.
With this section, that will be a real roll, Mr. Rage, please. +1.
Let's do that.
And it's enough to get you through, actually. Yes. So you take a swipe, perhaps not the keenest, snuggest shot either way, but it still makes contact. So you do have the bait bat here at the moment, and you do get something from that. So this is spot 4, lads. Give us your rolls. That's a 4. It's a 7. So Violet, you take control from this. So you've just been hit with a Barbie, not the plastic kind.
Okay. So we're both still on the outside. So I am going to go for a drop toe so he hits the steps.
Nice. I like that. That'll be a work roll.
Keep putting down the phone even though I know how to use it.
It's an 8, so that's successful. So the +1 makes it an 8, and that's a good spot. So spot 5 now, lads. So give us your rolls here. And that's a 5. So Jamie, you have a chance here. You certainly do have a chance. 7. So Jamie, you just hit the steel steps. Now's your chance to fight back.
No.
At least Jamie doesn't have.
Yeah, I'd be woozy at the station blood loss alone.
Yeah.
So I was thinking just pick up the steps and throw them, but we've already seen that.
We don't repeat spots here on Future Wrestling.
Basically,
vote against that sort of thing.
Keep it fresh.
Exactly.
So yeah, I hit that. You're feeding back up. I back up on the far side and take off with a Superman punch using the ring steps for elevation.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Seeing as that's a thing I do these days.
Apparently, yes. So yeah, that'll be a real roll on that then. And yeah, that'll do nicely. So with that in mind then, we get to our final spot then before the finish. So last roll, lads, please. 3. And it's a 6. Not great rolls all around, but Jamie, you take it. So what's next?
Scoop her up and throw her into the ring. Grab the bat and follow her in.
Okay.
When we're in the ring, I do something to set her up. I pick her up in a spine buster, but walk over and place her on the top rope, setting up for the finishing spot, which...
All right then. In order to do that, I will ask you for a power roll +1. See if you can make the... Obviously, you're going for something here, so let's see if you can get the confirmatory. And you do. So, okay, that's a critical. So somehow you just yeet her over to the turnbuckle. I don't know.
So just... I'll throw shots in along the way to make it make sense.
Okay. Right, so one groggy on top turnbuckle, and you can roll into your fatality.
Cool. So I unravel the barbed wire from the bat, ravel the wire around her neck, and with some of it still on the bat, and then knock her off the top rope to the outside while holding the bat down on the inside.
Oh yeah, I can picture how that's going to go. Yeah. That's a nasty one. So yeah,
use the barbed wire as a garrote, like.
Yes, essentially. Yeah. He's been playing a lot of Hitman lately. It's in his thoughts. So yeah. So you have +6 momentum, James. Do you want to spend some, or are you gonna risk it? What am I doing? It's predetermined. It's fine. So yeah, we have the fatality from there, and the bell rings. So ladies and gentlemen, your winner and true to the final of the fight to the death, James Rage. Nicely done. So James, is there any afters? Well, Foxy has a mental breakdown.
He's just trying to be more like me.
I was waiting to see how long it'd take.
What? We need to go fucking Phantom of the Opera. Is that the next non-canon we're doing? Is it?
Jonathan, shut up and be grateful that he's not using black paint right now, all right?
Yeah,
you want to
know
keep
about
your
that
YouTube
colour,
channel.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my gimmick is face paint. What do you want me to do? Like,
Not be problematic. Right. So Jamie, what's your answer?
clowns are problematic now, are they?
Yes.
Jesus, you and your Twitter fucking hordes.
So I brush myself off.
Yes.
So roll out of the ring. Walk over to where Violet is hanging. Shake her corpse's hand because we're all very civil here.
Of course.
And then I go back up to my throne to watch the other semi.
Indeed. So as that's happening, then so obviously you go to the up to your seat, the rage recliner as I call it, as they please stop. It's very distracting. You must be going for something here. Is this a new gimmick or something? What is this? Is this Nathan Youngblood trying to get like back his spots or something? What's going on? So anyway, so Rage goes up to the spot, and as that's happening, then we hear someone grabbing the mic, and he sounds incredibly Scottish for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Okay. So is this on the ramp or is this?
Yeah, on the ramp. Yeah, and then what's going to happen is Cutter's going to kind of like come in at the end and interrupt you.
So I look up at James Rage in his chair.
Mm-hmm.
I just say on the mic, cut promo as I do, and say, listen, you put me through enough. You put me through hell for years. I've taken everything you've thrown at me. You've beaten me down to the point where I was about to give up. But not today, Ragey boy. This is the beginning of Connor Locke. You think this is your house, you look around, you see your seats and your fans, you think you control everything. Well, let me tell you something, Ragey boy. You can't control what you don't possess. And I throw the microphone down.
So as you do that, then you get a tap on the shoulder, and you turn around, you just see like mass, and it's Cutter, and Cutter has something to say as well.
Connor, I don't think we've ever really had the pleasure very much or very often. I gotta say, you've earned my respect tonight. All right, you kind of risen from the dead and you're coming out and you're making a name for yourself and you're disposing of people already. I mean, you're kind of stamping your little signature on this whole fucked up affair that Rage has put in place. And I admire you going after him because, I mean, we all want to get there. We all want to take out James Rage in the end. That's fair. But right now, you have to go through me to get to him. And the thing is, Connor, I can respect you all I want. I can praise you. I can say how great it is to see you finally show some backbone and step out from the shadows. At the end of the day, it doesn't stop the that I'm going to squash you like a bug. My path is the same as yours. I want to get to the finals. I want to win this thing and I want to come out with my life. But I've already accepted I'm going to have to go through some people to do that. And what I did to Decker, I'm going to have to do to you too. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So we can start from this point on, lads, from the ramp. So the bell will ring because somebody is going to get a first shot out. So this is
Oh,
going to
shit,
be a
dice.
so we're going to do a 9-spot match here to see how we can do a bit of a long form one here. So this will be you're going to start off on the ramp here, right? And basically whoever gets the first roll gets the opening shots. So let's see how it goes.
Okay.
7.
7
9.
and 9. Okay, so Cody, you're going to start from here.
So is he coming out to me on the ramp? Or is he on?
well-
no, sorry. He's sorry. He's on the
Well,
top
they're
of
on
the
the
ramp
ramp,
with
yeah.
me. He turned
Yes.
around and I was there.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So all right, I'm going to continue on from the end of the promo if I can.
Go for it.
Where at the last line, I'm just going to get them just boop into the face,
Nice.
and from there, just follow it up, start beating.
Very good. Okay. I'm going to treat that as a look roll, Cutter. So that's a straight roll.
Oh, straight roll. Okay, grand.
Mhm.
Come on, you fucker. Oh, it's not great. 7.
It's a 7. It'll do. So you get the super punch out at least. So we got to start from there,
Okay.
and we give ourselves another roll then for spot 2.
7
9.
again.
9. Okay, so Connor, you're gonna get back here. So you've obviously been booped on the snoot by a microphone, and so at this point, then how do you want to reply?
So he's hit me with the microphone. I kind of shake it off a little bit. Just kind of gather myself. Go for the low blow.
Hmm.
So right to the genitalia, with the right boot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd want to just give him the DDT right into the steel of the ramp.
Right then,
Dick kick
I
city,
will
bitch.
I will treat that as a reel. So that'll be a straight
Okay.
roll for you, Dave.
4 seems to be the
4.
trend.
Right then, so I think I'm going to go for the low blow, but it's going to have no effect on Cutter. I think that's the best way of playing it. So how are you going to reverse that? We're on a cod piece or something. I don't know.
Was that in Austin Powers? I can't remember when somebody punched him in the ground and it went clang and he just went, ah!
Yeah.
I can't remember. What was
The
that in?
balls of steel.
I
That's a reference for the
can't remember what that was in.
Nukem, baby.
So, okay, so he goes for that. Oh, sorry, am I taking over here?
Yeah, you can take. You have a reversal here,
Oh.
so go for it.
Okay. So he goes for that. Can I ask to change that slightly and ask that he gets me into the DDT position?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So hits me low blow, I buckle down, he gets me into DDT position.
Yeah.
And I want to like lift him up with him still holding the DDT. I'm going to put a hand under his chest here like this.
Yep.
And I want to yeet him off the fucking ramp.
You can almost certainly do that. It'll be a power roll, Cutter, to make it work. So +2.
I wonder where I'm going. Am I going into the crowd or am I going straight down onto the floor?
You're like a magical
8.
adventure.
I want you going off the entrance, like into the crowd, essentially.
Oh, I like it. And we all know they're a bloodthirsty bunch. So you're pretty much going to a tank of human piranhas at this point. So yeah, you go into the crowds and we got our next spot then. So lads, we're in the crowd here.
Oh
Where's
shit!
your next spot?
9.
9. Good start.
Oh, same 9.
9. We roll, lads. We have a draw.
Go again. 10.
7.
10. Okay, so Cutter, you take this. You take this next spot.
Fuck! I didn't think this far ahead.
You're in the crowd. You've got you got bloodthirsty
okay, so
all around you.
right. I want to. Okay, so he's in the crowd. What I'm going to do is I want to pick up, like if there's, I don't know if it, please correct me if I can't do this, but if there's like one of the kind of, remember the old style kind of rail barriers that they used to have?
Yeah.
If they have one of them, I want to, like, using my strength, like rip out one of the fucking rungs so that I have a fucking pipe,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to go and just literally dunk him right in the head with it and just fucking just.
I like it.
Like,
Going for another risky boop. I like it. That would be a power roll, Cutter, please. +2. So you can
try
get
to
the
weaken his head. Is that a thing you can weaken? If 2K has taught me anything, you can. 7.
7. So that's a
Can you see
+2.
that?
So you do get the pipe.
7. Okay.
You get the pipe, and you do bonk on the head, and Locke is reeling. And next spot, lad, spot 4.
Oh, 5.
5.
7.
Connor, is your chance? 7. Okay, so Connor, you take advantage from this. So clock over the head with a pipe.
Yep.
Presumably you're going to take what too well.
So to try and gain a little bit of advantage here, what I'm going to do is I notice that someone in the crowd oddly enough, has a can of iron brew in his hand. So I'm going to take the can from the. I'm going to take the can from the fan's hand. I'm going to attempt to shove it in the mouth of Cutter and just hammer fist it down his throat.
Oh, that's nasty.
I love it. That's a luck roll if I've ever heard one.
I love that. That's really good.
Unfortunately, we don't have a taste
5.
there. It's a 5. So you're gonna go for it. Like Cutter may have the can in his mouth, but Cutter, you have a chance to come out from that.
I want to bite down into the can so that sprays into his eyes and blinds him.
Brilliant.
Temporarily.
Brilliant.
Love it.
Brilliant. That's a luck roll. That's a luck roll. Straight roll for that.
Right. 7.
7 is successful. Hoisted down by my own placard.
Right.
Oh, the irony.
The irony.
The irony of all.
So this is the next spot then, spot 5. So kind of like have been blinded and bonked on the head with a pipe. It's going well for him so far.
We're rolling again, are we? Oh, lads, that's not good. All right, you've definitely got this one. That's 4.
Oh.
9.
Yeah.
9. Dirty does. Right. So Connor, after being blinded by your own gimmick, how do you go from here?
Okay. So I try and take the bar off of Cutter very ambitiously. Try and just rip it from his hands while he's distracted. And what I'll do is I'll attempt to grab his head and just lodge it right on top of his head. Just in his mouth.
Okay.
And again, go for the
Wait, what, the
hammer fist.
bar?
Yep, the bar is right in your mouth. Go for the hammer fist.
Oh, okay. I get you. Sorry.
Cool. So again, same again. It'll be a real roll. So and there you go. Got the pipe, the bar this time. All right. So the pipe is in the mouth. Bam, and that doesn't go well with Cutter. As you can imagine.
Has that not killed me?
it's you're 6'10". It's gonna take more than that.
It's like I'm looking at what I'm against here.
Yeah, exactly. You've wounded them though. Crucially, that is something at least. You've got a weak point now to target with. So in that mind, then spot 6, lads. Give us your roll.
Okay.
4, 12. Right, Cutter, you are gonna be livid, absolutely livid about this pipe.
Because you're gonna fuck me over.
So how are you going to play this? You have a critical role here, so you've got
wait. The pipe has gone in like, is the pipe stuck in my mouth, like coming out? What way is the pipe?
You basically get as like at the back of your throat, but you can still retrieve it.
I basically took your tonsils out. That's as far as it went. I would imagine.
Okay.
It's not gone through.
Not yet. Give it time.
Because what I kind of wanted, fuck it. What I wanted to do was, I wanted to like obviously look at him fucking really angry with this thing stuck in my mouth still.
Yeah.
Grab him by the head.
Yeah.
And I want to go into his eye.
Oh!
With the pipe.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah. So
I love
taking me
I have
down
no
with you. I like
context for that.
Yeah. No context at all.
I look up at him with this thing in my mouth, and I just slam right in his eye.
So yeah, Kira, you really did walk in
It's
at the
just
wrong
a Saturday
point there.
night.
Yes. This semi-final has gone strangely sexual, but Dennis is in it.
Death
So
by
it's really
snoo snoo.
yes. so Cutter, you gotta with the critical there. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a stat boost on that. It's a +1. It would be a real, so it's a +1 roll on that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to work out how the critical opening rolls work out. So let's see if this works.
8.
Yeah, there you go. Confirmatory. So yeah, so you so that hits Connor Locke in the eye.
I can
and,
wrestle with one eye.
as before, and he'll do it again. So it's all rotten and bloodshot looking as well. It looks pretty bad. More on that later. Spot 7, lads. Give us your rolls. We're still in
Is
the
this
crowd
the
here, by way.
last? How many?
It's a 9 spot. It's a 9 spot. So this is our
Oh,
common
sorry.
event.
It's
Oh,
a 9
nine.
spot.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay.
11.
11, 10. Cutter, you are back still in control.
It's a 9. This is spot 7.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
So you're still in the crowd here, incidentally.
Okay. Yeah. Now let me know if this isn't possible because it may be too many movements
Okay.
for spots. So if it's not, that's cool. But I wanted to get him out of the crowd.
Okay.
So essentially, while he's nursing the eye, I'm just going to grab the back of the head and just kind of bring him back in, if you know what I mean, into the ring.
Yeah.
But what I would like to do is, if I can do that, as part of the whole spot, what I'd like to do is have him take the fucking pipe out of my mouth. I want to have him on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go up onto the ring apron and he's on the ground, and I want to get the pipe, put it around his neck, and yank him up and start hanging him.
Grand.
Using
I will
that.
treat that as a power roll, Cutter. +2.
Okay, 1 sec. 8.
That's an 8, which is successful, obviously. So good bit of momentum in that regard. And spot 8, lads. So you're back in the ring here. Conor Locke is getting strangled here with the pipe, and it's a 10 for Connor
7.
and a 7 for Dennis. Right. So Connor, you can take advantage from this. So you're bloodshot. You're being choked out here. Fair to say it's a bit of a danger zone here for Conor Locke. We are muted there, Dave, for some reason.
I didn't want to eat while the microphone was on.
Fair enough.
So
You're far
basically,
more polite than most of us.
Yes.
I do it all the time.
We've reached new lows.
so I think he's got the bar across my neck.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of hanging you up via the bar on the neck, that kind of way.
So
So you're kind of kicking your feet in the air, if you know what I mean.
So what I want to do is I want to try and, what strength I do have, to slip my head just out of the bar, drop to the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and whip him the turnbuckle. I don't know whether this is too many moves either, but I just want to basically whip him into the turnbuckle, get that bar that he has in his hands, or use his hands to put that bar in between his teeth and his mouth, just literally lodge it in there.
Okay, right.
I'm regretting breaking off that bar.
Yeah. So that does kind of feel more like a setup. So I'll ask that for a work roll. So you can after your next ball you can set it up then. So that's a +1 roll for you to see if you can get him in the corner.
5.
And it's a 6. It's a 6 altogether. So so at that point you kind of got him into the corner. You're trying to set up the pipe, and that's when Cutter will kind of take advantage from there.
Okay.
Oh, am I getting a reversal?
You are, because it was a 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so has he set up the pipe, or was he going to set up the pipe?
He's about to set up the pipe. So this is your chance to kind of.
Okay, so, I'm sorry. What spot are we going into?
This is the reversal for spot 8. So we have another one after this.
Right. So I want to, as he's coming to me, I want to yank him forwards into the turnbuckle.
Okay.
Get out of his way and clamp on the hands.
Clamp on the hands. Okay, right. I'll treat it as a real Cutter. So let's see if we can make it work.
Am I -1 on that?
0. 0, and it is a 10. Okay,
10.
so turnbuckle, and you're getting your head squeezed here. So we're kind of obviously presuming that's your final spot as well. So Connor, this will be your chance to get out of this.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's your final spot, isn't it? Like
No, you're correct. I'm doing essentially the same as I did for continuity.
Yes,
I'm doing the same as I did the other one.
That makes sense. So, so let's give it the roll then. So you're setting up for the head crush here. So lads, give us your final rolls on that. Let's see.
Shit! Sorry.
Yeah. So 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not great. Oh wait, 7 as well.
Go again. Let's go again.
Roll again.
Yeah.
Oh, 6.
6.
Roll again.
Ah!
they're literally fighting forever.
7, 6, 5.
6.
6. Here we
Hey,
go.
he beat me.
Right.
He beat me.
So Cutter's going for the head crush here, Dave. So you have a chance to get out of it.
Right. So what I'm going to do is, as he's crushing my head,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go for a cheeky little reverse poke in the eye.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That's crush my head, poke in the eye.
It's a good one.
To get out of that, do I need to roll for that one?
You do. It'll be it's actually a heal move, so it'll be actually a +2 to do that, but it has to spend your momentum to do it. So it's a 9. Okay, so that works. You have no momentum, but the heal move works. Come to the eye, and we went into the finish. So again, this is predetermined, unfortunately, Cutter. But so how this is going to work, right? Because again, we are doing something here. So so you've done the thumb to the eye, and Conor Locke is he's kind of like checking his head there. Kind of his body language has changed a little bit. His mannerisms have kind of like very much shifted. He's kind of like sitting in the middle of the ring, kind of like not doing as much, doing the kind of typical like mannerisms he was doing. Something switched here. So Dave, talk us through what's going on here. Something's a bit off.
So he's gone for the head crush, and basically, once he gets out of it, he's shaking his head. He's talking to himself. He's looking to the ground. He's looking a bit. Something's kind of clicked in the head, and as he looks back towards Cutter, you can see that his eyes are gone completely black. You can see that he's not all there. Something's just switched, and you can see that he's not the same person.
Mm-hmm. And what happens next then?
So next for the finish, or
for the finish,
yes, yeah.
So for the finish, he's going to grab the bar that Cutter took out from the rail. I'm going to bring the bar right to the finish. So I'm going to basically hit him on the right knee with more force than Cutter realizes Connor might have. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot more strength to this. I would imagine he's quite taken aback by the amount of strength. So he's kind of brought to one knee, whacks the other knee. He's brought down to his knees. And basically, he's going to grab the bar, push it to the heart, and just slam him straight down, going right through.
Oh,
nice!
He's impaled him.
I told you I'd regret that bar.
There you go. See, it was Chekhov's bar, lads. Chekhov's bar. But but then the critical thing is that like this.
Foxy, you look like a French mime.
He looks like a Guy Fawkes mask. He looks like he's joined Anonymous. You have something to tell us?
Look at him laughing. I can hear his laugh, even though it's.
The worst thing about all of this is that Foxy is currently trapped in a box and he can't get out.
Paint your facial hair. Paint your facial hair. Don't pussy out. Just paint your facial hair. Do it.
Blue and the eyebrows red.
Yes. And by the way,
the eyebrows are green. So.
Bob needs to be red. He could be an Italian man.
On a side note, I was just saying, Foxy, he's using water base with that. I use Elmer's glue base with my face paint, and that's just a different level when you have that going over facial hair. That's just a whole lot of fun trying to get that off.
Yeah, good look at that. So the big takeaway from this match is that something is switched in Conor Locke, and the crowd are stunned to see Cutter impaled on a pipe. And the ring announcer goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Conor Locke." And just as he does that, Conor Locke takes the microphone away from the ring announcer.
Can I just raise a hand up and go, fuck James Rage, and then die. Like,
that I will allow that. That's a free roll. so with that, then Conor Locke is there. He's grabbed the mic from the ring announcer, pushed the ring announcer away, and he starts facing James Rage.
Mhm.
And curiously enough, Conor Locke doesn't have his accent anymore.
Nope. Oh, James Rage. You see, the problem before was you thought Conor Locke was all by himself, but he's not alone this time. You see, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put him back together again. But they
my promo
didn't
boy.
have me. I dropped the microphone.
Gimmick infringement.
What was that?
We only used that like the other week.
I used it in a promo in real life the other week.
You weren't to know. It's still out. It's good to know. You know.
I'm joking. Have at it. I don't give a fuck. It's words.
Exactly. Besides,
Why would
Jim
I
Morris
care?
has the stealing gimmick, so you can't steal the steal gimmick off him. You know, that's just stupid. So
Exactly.
So,
I already
Jamie-
like Dave more than I like Jim Morris.
So Jamie, you just heard Conor Locke, like, doesn't sound like Conor Locke, does it? But either way, he's in the final. So what have you got to say to that?
Well, that's the shit about it. It has finally happened. You have finally broken. You see, I heard you earlier tonight and you were saying that all the times that I've hurt you and you're picking yourself back up. Buddy, if you're wondering what's going wrong, it's the fact that you keep coming back. And now you're back with some form of new accent. And that's great. And you've beaten a couple of people, and that's great. But honestly, who hasn't impaled Cutter on their pole?
Are you insinuating that James
event.
Rage has had sex with Cutter? Because that's what you just insinuated.
You're dead, back in your box.
You didn't
Tonight,
think that one true,
in
did you?
this ring. That was tonight. In this ring, you have a different level of challenge, Connor. So I see you standing there with all your friends surrounding you. And that's great. Because the more the merrier. I don't care how many people are living in there. Tonight the lights go out.
Dave, do you have a
As I was
reply?
saying that, I was coming to the ring.
Just kind of snigger, smile. Just what I wanted. That's the reply.
I like it. I like it. So we are into the final, lads. This is the last match. This is the fight to the death. So we are going to keep it the spots because I want to see how this is like for a main event. And I'm going to give you 11 spots.
Okay.
Right. So again, this is brawl for all. Anything goes here. And this rather odd Conor Locke against the rather familiar James Rage. And the commentator's going like, I'm just going to keep quiet here because there's something very different in this ring. But it's perhaps not the finals we expected, but the finals we're getting now, it's James Rage versus this untapped Conor Locke. Let's see what happens in this ring.
Can somebody please at least roll my body out of the ring, please, before you start?
10 to the widow, Miss Cutter. just like a whole lot of stage hands as I'm clean up Judy going. Yep, this is a 2-dayer. This is a 2-dayer. So with that in mind, lads, with corpses all around the ring, let's begin the main event. So guys, give us your rolls.
11.
Ooh.
10.
Ooh.
We have a high rolling start.
We do. Dave, start us off.
So I think it's just two of us face to face in the ring.
It is.
So I'm standing there face to face, looking him dead in the eye, and I just give him the disrespectful slap with the right hand across the face.
A backhand, no less. I like it. It's a look, so give us a straight roll on that. Or is it a real letter? Sorry, real. Yeah. It's a 6. So it was a straight roll in the end. So you go for the backhand, and James Rage is not too happy about that, are you, James? You're going to counter this.
No. Am I? Brilliant. So that was with his right hand.
Yeah.
So I step back. Okay. I step forward as if to put my right hand out to shake his.
Yeah.
And then with my left hand, I throw salt in his mangled eye that Butter left him with.
Nice. I love it.
I came prepared.
Indeed, you did. So yeah, that'll be a straight roll on that, Jamie, if you don't mind. See if you can get the counter and take the momentum. 12.
Oh, 12.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, critical
So
salt,
salty.
ladies and gentlemen. Critical salt.
Salt. I couldn't
That's
even
the title of the
something
video.
worthwhile.
Yeah. Critical salt.
We
Or
get
as
like
we call it.
when you edit this, can we get like a critical salt flash across the screen when that happens?
Sorry, Jamie has a habit of using all his 12s up in the non-canon episodes.
That's true.
It's true. It's true.
It is true.
That's
Either
why
way.
I've never won the belt.
Oh,
And really early in the match on spots that don't matter.
yeah.
It's
I
never
feel
something
your
high impact.
pain, buddy.
We've all been there, lads. So, with that in mind, lads, spot 2, give us your rolls.
7.
10.
7, 10. Okay, so Conor Locke, you've been salted. How do you feel about that?
Not too happy. You can see just my fist clenching,
Mm-hmm.
and with that, I walk over. I lift a vial from underneath the apron, the inside, open it, and look to just throw blood back in his face.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. So,
Just give him HIV.
My HIV roll. Here we go.
HIV roll, yes. Now, HIV is a very
Oh, the
real
critical.
condition, so I'm going to go for a real roll on that.
Yeah, 6.
A 6. So you go with the spray.
I'm not on it now.
No, you're going to spray the blood, but James Rage is going to duck it and go, what the fuck is this? So you have a chance to, I guess, reverse hepatitis B, I guess. So good luck with that.
We found a cure.
No, he's gonna get a fucking Nobel Prize out of this match.
Yeah, okay. So I duck under that. It sprays past him. What the fuck is going on here? He turns around. I charge him, and much like I tried to do earlier with Violet, I charge with him, like spear style, but up as if to spinebuster him towards the ropes and out through them to the floor.
Okay, so same again, James. That'll be a look roll on that. So it'll be a straight roll on that. And okay, so we take a tumble out of the ropes. So lovely stuff there, and we get our third spot. So guys, lads, open roll again. That's an 8. That's an 8. Ooh, draw again, lads. With the 3, Jamie, you have an initiative here.
8. Hang on, why is it? Okay, no. There we go.
That's a 4. Okay, so you narrowly get it. So the spot is yours, Jamie. Take control.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. No,
He wasn't
How the fuck did I
expecting
win with a
this.
4. I was there, I was like, I'm
Dave
still
had a-
getting
Dave
that
had a
8.
3.
That's not cool. Oh, fair enough. Main event.
That James Rage finally win the big one in a non-canon episode. Tune in next week on Dragon Ball Z.
What spot is this?
This is spot 3.
Okay, cool. Very early. Okay, so tackled him to the ground from the inside. Looked to keep the pressure on him. I haul him up and throw him head first into the ring steps.
Ring steps. Okay, so that will be a power roll to see if you can get him all the way. So that's a +1. And that is a 6. Interesting enough. So, Conor Locke, this is your chance to reverse. So he's going to try and throw you into the steel steps. How are
Yep.
you going to reverse it?
So I'm going to go old school. I'm going to, as he's throwing me, duck
Mhm.
around and go for the 2-leg takedown with his head off the steps.
Nice. That'll be a work roll, +1.
So I got 7, so 8.
7. Yep. So you're on the board momentum-wise. That is successful, and James Rage makes a very sharp contact with his steel steps. So open roll again, lads. Spot 4. It's a 4 weak roll, and 5. So Jamie, just about you get it. Spot's yours again. I love that we're getting our slow rolls out early, lads. The real Ring of Honor match, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hit the ring steps. Won't be too happy with that.
I shouldn't think so.
So reach in under the ring again.
Mm-hmm.
Come out with a small black bag.
Yeah.
And whale him in the face with it.
Ooh, all right.
Not
then.
revealing what's inside.
Not
Do you
revealing
know
what's
how
indeed.
much I wanted you to go under the ring and like pick up Alan Morph and use him as a weapon?
He's dead. How could you bring him
Exactly.
up?
Using his
God.
corpse as a weapon.
You have
Just
any idea
flailing him.
3 letters from the World Wildlife Fund we'd get if we did that spot. You have any idea then how much shit you get me into? No chance. Right. So yeah, we'll go for that then. We'll give a straight roll to that, Jamie, please.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
7.
That's yeah. So you hit him with the black bag, and that knocks him silly. And we move on to our next spot then. So, if you will, lads.
7.
8. Right. So Jamie, you're narrowly ahead again. What's in the bag?
So with him not loopy, I reveal that it is a throwback to our first pay-per-view, and I brought back my handcuffs because Selena gave them back to me.
That's
And
nice.
I handcuff him. I handcuff him to the bar connecting the bottom turnbuckle to the ring post.
Okay, yeah, the bottom bar. Okay, Grant, I'll treat it as a look. So let's see if you can pull it off. So it's a straight roll in that regard.
Yeah.
It's a 5, right? So you're gonna try to handcuff him, but Conor Locke, you have a chance to reverse.
What I'm going to do is, as he goes to handcuff me, I look to reverse it.
Mm-hmm.
Slap his hand into the ring post, the exact same place.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
basically just throw the punch if I have a chance to.
Okay then. Right. So yeah, you're gonna go for essentially a straight reversal. So I'm gonna just go for a reel on that. So straight roll on that. 8. So yeah, that does the trick. So you get the reversal out essentially, and you've kind of got rid of the handcuff spot in that regard. So this is spot 6, lads. We're at the halfway mark. So give us your rolls.
7.
9.
9. Okay. So Jamie, you're back in control.
Am I handcuffed?
I don't think you were, Dave. No, you didn't cover the
No.
handcuff.
That was the plan, to
Oh,
reverse them, snap in the handcuffs and
Yeah.
into the post.
right.
Okay then. Okay.
So-
then. In that case, if I'm ahead, then I'm going to let him charge in towards me, and then grab him with my other hand and run him into the post, and use his downtime to get one of the asylum lads to come over and let me out.
I like that.
Because I
like
run
that.
this show, bitch.
That you do. That you do. So, in that case, I'll make a power roll if that's all right. That's a +1. And it's a 9. Okay, so that works for you. And the Asylum boys will be getting you free at this point. So, we're into the second half of the match, lads. So, give us your rolls. That's a 12. Oh, Dave. Right.
Very
So I'm going to
nice.
say so the handcuff is no longer an issue now at this point,
Yep.
right? So you've got a critical, Jamie. Let's take advantage of that.
I'm going to take the handcuffs
Mm-hmm.
without using them. Use the sharp bit and walk over and just across the announcer's desk, drive it into his forehead and, bloody him up a bit.
Nice.
Nice, I like
That's
it.
better. Can I just
nice.
say what I wanted him to do, please? Because
Go
I
for
was
it.
quite
Go on.
proud of it. I wanted him to get the handcuffed, right? And I wanted him to put it through his nose, piercing his nose
Oh,
in the
Jesus
process,
Christ.
and then hang him
Close it.
off like one of the poles by his nose.
From the section. Oh, that's
Okay,
nice. That's just harsh, Dennis. That's just,
I went for the way
He's
more
James
humane
Rage. I
maul
wanted him to. I wanted him to lose his shit completely.
that's disgusting, Karen. Honestly, you should be ashamed of yourself. But for the good old-fashioned blading, yes. So obviously with the critical roll, I'm going to give you a stat boost on that, which are real. So it's a +2 roll, and that will do nicely. So you busted wide open, Conor Locke. Busted wide open. You'll love to see it. So we're on to spot 8 here. Let's see what happens next.
10.
7.
It's a 10. It's a 7. So Jamie, you're in. You're in again.
So at this point, I'm still gnarling him with that. I throw them away and I start biting at where I just cut.
Oh, love it. Love it. +1. That's your
Nasty.
real.
That's definitely hepatitis right there.
Oh, but piercing him with handcuffs was just too much.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it too much to do something with that?
I think the biting is a
Maybe
good spot
probably.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll leave it.
Yeah, but we still have plenty of spots left though. All the time. So I go for a real stat on that then, +1.
Cool.
11. Right. So that wound is opened up quite significantly at that. And we get a great shot of James Rage with the blood on his teeth as well. So really suits the decor at the moment, I must say. Because there's fucking plenty of blood around the place at the moment. So we are now reaching the end, lads. So give us your rolls. Open roll for the next spot.
7.
12. Right. So critical for Dave, which means all that blood is having a very narcotic effect on Conor Locke, as it were. I wonder why.
Okay, he's finished with the.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to basically grab the neck with my left hand and right onto the 90-degree angle of the turnbuckle, just smash the back of his neck straight into that.
Oh, right. Okay. So I'm going to go for a power on that. And again, because you had the critical roll, I'm going to go for stat boost. So this is a +1.
Cool. Well,
Oh, it's a 5. Right. That's
I had
unfortunate.
one critical. I suppose that's a plus.
That's something at least, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, something to tell the grandkids about. So, so Jamie, you're going to get you're being steered toward the ring post here. But how are you going to fight out of it?
So he's driving me backwards towards it, and I just turned momentum and throw him into them instead.
Very good, very good. I will treat it as a simple work roll. So that to you is a 0. Straight roll. And that'll do. So yeah, he hits the turnbuckle instead. And now we're down to our last 2 spots, lads. So give us your rolls.
9.
9 and a 4. So it's not looking good for Conor Locke here. Jamie, you were in control here.
Brilliant. I'm going to use the fact that he's down to again go under the ring. I pull out a container and I start spraying it all over him.
Container.
Well, yes.
It's bear urine. He's luring a bear into the fucking ring.
It's the Revenant all over again.
Yeah.
My God.
Ooh, poor Leo DiCaprio, get him out here.
Does James Rage's...
an Emmy fight. Yeah.
Sure,
Is there no depths he won't sink to? The sick fuck.
So,
Natural progression from shoot fighter to cannibal to bear wrangler.
some sort of bear wrangler. So Jamie, yeah, so you're going to spray him with a container of sorts.
Spray him with containers as well, just throwing shots to
Right, okay.
make it make sense. Ideally, I'd have the commentators talk about how it's not like lighter fluid or petrol or
Something like along those lines. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Are you going to do
that-
like the 90s commentary thing where it's like, oh, do you smell that? Do you smell that?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Sounds like Sounds like some sort of gasoline infused in accelerant. Although I'm not an expert.
every wrestling commentator seemingly knows exactly what chloroform smells like.
Yes.
Is
I mean, that checks out.
something dark
Yeah,
side.
actually, now that I've said it, that probably, okay. I won't delve too deep into that.
Yeah, let's be fair. Like, I mean, Jerry Lawler is certainly an expert in chloroform, but he doesn't know how it smells. But I can't say anymore, else I get sued.
And he gave out to us. You gave out to us.
Allegedly, that's your best friend word right there.
Anyway, so, lads, this is your final spot before the finish. So give us your rolls.
Oh, dice roll.
It's an 8.
Ooh, an 8.
And a 4.
And a 4.
Oh.
Right, so James, you got one more shot here.
Oh man, this is predetermined, so this should end well.
Okay.
If it's as supernatural as he says it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Spooky.
yeah, I suppose for my final thing, I handcuff him once again. This time, handcuff him to the thing and throw a match at him.
Love it. You have a healthy amount of momentum. I think it's fair to say you've got a grand total of 8. Would you like to spend 8 momentum to set Locke on fire?
And this is entirely predetermined, so yeah.
Predetermined. All of it, plus 8 roll. So plus 8 roll to set Locke on fire.
Oh, that's a brilliant thing. It's like, spend it to put him on fire.
The plus 17, Locke is on fire. He's burning.
That's going to be in the RTE news.
Yeah.
Stop it, he's already dead.
But because we definitely weren't making the news with all of the fatalities.
Just the way you said that, I was like, and he's definitely put him on fire. As in, RTE news is just
Reeling in the ear clips.
Yes. So we have a clip of you being set on fire to some Tin Lizzy. So I think it works out well for 2021, so it works out. And while Tony O'Gorman's going, where were you when Conor Locke was set on fire? Where were you when James Rage went on a murder massacre in an arena?
Prime time investigation.
Unsolved mysteries.
And then John Frakes walks in going, good evening. Have you ever heard of the time when a professional wrestler was set on fire?
No. That's a lie.
It's a lie.
It never happened.
It's Non-Canon. Of course it didn't happen. So obviously,
British wrestlers been set on fire.
Yeah. So Conor Locke is on fire. He basically just kind of stands and takes it, flops to the ground, and James Rage has his hands raised in victory. The crowd are cheering for him in that sense, and he's looking at the crowd. He thinks he's won. The bell hasn't rung yet though. The match is still going, and James Rage is going, where's the ring announcer? Where's the victory? Where's my win? He turns around, and Conor Locke is back standing. Still all
Jesus,
burned.
we must be in AEW.
He's still all charred. He looks completely
Mortal Kombat, motherfucker.
Yeah. And again, because the skin is all singed, the eyes are black, as Dave mentioned earlier, and James Rage is going, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? And it looks like Conor Locke. It looks like a silhouette, but there's something behind the face. There's something a bit more sinister. Isn't that right, Dave?
Mm-hmm. There is. So you're saying I'm standing there, charred, eyes black. Oh, Rage, when are you going to learn that you can't beat me down to the ground? Basically, I walk up, I grab him by the neck, going to flip him upside down.
Okay.
I'm going to take a cloth or a piece of tissue, whatever I can find. I'm going to dab it in the blood. I'm going to do an upside down cross on his chest. And then I'm going to slit his throat and just leave him there lying. Leave him hanging. Bye-bye, James Rage.
Pig.
Yes. So as you do that, the crowd start dissipating, just like people start fading away.
Yep.
So like crowd goes, commentators go, ring announcer goes, the ring starts fading away until you just see Conor Locke on his own with James Rage, and Conor Locke gets one final word with James Rage.
So what I'll do is it's just basically me and James Rage, nobody else around.
Yes. So it's all blacked out. It's like you're on kind of your own light, as it were.
Yeah. So I kind of look at him in the eye, and I basically, the last words to him are, "How does it feel to finally meet the Wraith?"
Lewis, what the fuck have I told you about those spots? I told you to ease up. You never fucking listen. This is the second time this has happened.
This keeps happening because you won't give me the match that I want with you at Last Stand. Give me the match and I'll stop. I've told you before.
I thought this is all fucking scripted. You don't have to do spots like this. We're already signed. You don't have to do stuff like this anymore.
Impact. And I'm going to do that on your student. I'm making my impact no matter what.
Get the fuck out of here. I'll deal with you in a minute. Get out. Fucking idiot. Connor, Manny, you all right?
Oof. I've had a fucking dream or something. I've gone somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm back now. Oh my
okay,
God,
yeah?
my fucking jaw, man.
No, dude, it's all right. Listen, I didn't realize he didn't clear that spot for me, right? So I'm sorry about that, okay? I know it's just the last time it's happened, but listen, we're going to get the docs to check you out, okay? Take a couple of weeks off, make sure you go through all the checks, and everything's going to be fine. We'll get you in for the battle royal or something, all right? But just take a couple of weeks off, okay?
Right.
You good?
I'll tell you what, when I come back, I want James Rage again.
Look, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, all right? We're not at that stage yet. You're still fucking concussed. I can see it in you. So get home, get sorted, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks, all right?
Okay. Cheers, mate.
Right. Doc, can you take care of him? Yeah? Right, I have to go. Connor, I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All the best, mate. Fucking hell. Where were you when I needed you then? You better have my back next time. Don't worry. All in good time, my friend.